What up, y'all? All right, we're gonna get into this, man. So Dame Dash reacts to Irv Gotti passing away. But before we get into Dame Dash reaction, we gotta get into the interview that Dame Dash and Irv Gotti's brother Chris Gotti did with Two Way Tonight podcast about how Irv Gotti denied his diabetes and basically ate a whole bunch of Chinese food and had a massive stroke after that while playing poker. So let's go ahead and get into um, Chris Gotti speaking on his brother's passing.
Yeah. Chris,
And
when was your brother diagnosed with diabetes?
Wow. So he's 54. I believe he was diagnosed when he was in his 40s.
Yeah.
Late 40s. But Irv doesn't go to the doctor. So that's why he's so late being diagnosed, right? And then when he finally did go get a real physical and a checkup, he's like, "You're diabetic." And he didn't believe it.
Mm.
You know, my dad,
you were type 1, Chris?
Irv was type 1. Irv was type 1. And then it started with type 2, developed into type 1. So my dad was diabetic. He passed at 86. And when we talk about this topic, why it's so dear and sensitive for me, is I watched him suffer the last 3 years of his life. So it's about quality of life. When Dame is talking about being able to be with his kids, it's about quality of life and the way you actually can stay here and keep doing that. We all have to go at one point in time. We just really want to go on our terms. That's how I look at it. And Irv, sadly enough, he did go on his terms. He just didn't believe it, and he was like, "I'm gonna go the way basically I wanted." He ate a bunch of Chinese food while playing poker and had a massive hemorrhagic stroke, which is bleeding on the brain. And then we talk diabetes, and I know Dame is saying diabetes. Diabetes is not what kills you. It's always something else. It's what diabetes does to the body that actually takes your life. Like it broke down his body where it was blockage and going to his brain. It created the strokes, but it's
And Dame is also diabetic because it's the sugars, it's the carbs and the sugars that we put into our bodies. You know what I mean? That kind of start breaking down the body, especially if you have a person that have diabetes. It's the sugar and it's the carbs. You know, so even people that vegan or vegetarian eating too much fruit. You know what I mean? The sugars in the fruit is too much. Some sugars in the fruits and some fruits is too much for a diabetic to even handle. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. And it seems like Irv Gotti was just reckless. He didn't really care about having diabetes. He just ate what he want, did what he want.
all stems from the diabetic issues that comes from diabetes. You know, it may have liver failure, kidney failure, and these are the things that actually consume or take your life. But I don't know anyone that's, and I know we do have a doctor.
The calcium,
Yeah.
rough, and you have to watch those strokes because it can clog up your arteries.
Yes.
Got to be taking pills. So I take those pills, and I get those examinations. It's just when you, I guess my approach on diabetes, I would say, might be lucky because I was diagnosed when I was 15, and for 2-3 months, I was thirsty. Like 2 months, I lost a lot of weight. I thought I had AIDS. So I thought it was something that I wouldn't be able to beat. And what I told God was, if you give me another chance, I'm going to live life to the fullest.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch over real quick because Dame Dash kind of gets a little emotional. He continued on the Two-Way Tonight podcast. If y'all want to watch the whole interview, go over there and watch it. But I just wanted to highlight these segments of Dame Dash, speaking on Irv Gotti's passing from the diabetes, because like I said, Dame himself battled with diabetes. So let's continue and get into this clip right here. Oh, let me get some sound for y'all. My bad.
That's one of the reasons why I couldn't even fathom going to see Irv like that. Because I only know Irv. All I've been doing is just thinking about damn. I just used to love to run into Irv just so we could just talk. His perspective on life was different. I just wish his perspective, because he fought to do things different so that he could do things on his own a certain way and make a certain kind of money. I just wish he would have fought like that for his health, because that's what I do. I'm not gonna fight hard for a rapper, and I'm not gonna fight for my health, for my son's father. That's what I'm not going. That you understand? Just Irv is a titan, and it's affected me in a big way. But when I lose people, it makes me love life and appreciate it more. And everything that I do is going to be like, it's like now Irv is one of the things that I have to make sure that people understand exactly who he was, regardless to what, because that's my brother. And his kids are my nephews. And I look forward, and I have a heavy respect that even though he's not here, his whole family will be taken care of. I'm not talking, I just see it. I can see he did his thing on that tip. So if he was going to be reckless, at least he could make sure they was provided for. But not everybody could do that. The family needs you to protect them and help them be the support that they need. If I'm looked at as a person of support, I don't want nobody to see me on life support. I don't want it. My pride and my ego is I don't ever want to have to let myself get that weak. So I love the fact that this conversation is happening. And Chris knows whatever the conversation was, he called me, I'm showing up. But this one's a great one. And I hope more people can see this. But we got to make looking and taking care of ourselves the new cool thing. It has to be the new designer car. It has to be aspirational. It has to be looked at as something that you do when you're wealthy. You take care of yourself.
I agree. We're going to get into Dame Dash. James, so Dame Dash actually dropped a video today going a little bit more into depth about Irv Gotti's passing and the history of Irv Gotti. Make sure y'all go subscribe to American New Podcast. That's Dame Dash's channel, American New. He actually has an app called American New on Google Play and I think Apple as well. So make sure y'all go ahead and check Dame out on that. But I wanted to get into this video of Dame breaking down the passing, Irv Gotti passing and the history of Irv. So let's go ahead and get into this clip.
Clark just passed, he transitioned and
Clark Kent, rest in peace, Clark Kent.
And this thing with Irv, like even if you don't hang out with someone or even see eye to eye with them for 5 years, when you know someone for 30 years and they knew you for 30 years, no matter what, you just enjoy knowing people that long.
Now Dame and Irv had a falling out, I guess because Dame been saying some things about Jay and how close Irv and Jay was, and just a lot of things they just didn't see eye to eye on, and I guess Dame still didn't let that take away from the fact that he shared a brotherhood with Irv Gotti. So I mean, you could see the emotions in this man, over this death, especially him passing over diabetes, which something Dame is diagnosed with as well. So.
And everyone goes through the ups and downs. It happens with every relationship, especially, one that's 30, 40 years old. But people get through it. But like when you mad at your man, pause, you always know at some point you're going to be able to have the conversation, get past it. And, you're still good. And regardless of whatever Irv and I didn't see eye to eye about, we still was always like, it's still family. Like, Chris Gotti, we always still talk. We still talk. And Chris was the one that was telling me and let me know that he was diabetic. This is before the second stroke. And once I found that out, I was like, damn. And when he was telling me the way he was moving, pause, I was like, as a diabetic, that's not sustainable. So I put all my differences, whatever they were, because they weren't enough. Nothing had happened for us to be like not ever talking or being really mad or, I know his family, his kids and all that. So I'm like, Irv, I got the text. I could show my last text to Irv was, regardless of what, we brothers. And I don't want to see you die. Let me help you with the diabetes. Because now this man died with the same thing that I got. If I don't take care of it, this is what happens. And the thing about me and diabetes, I've had it my whole life. So I haven't had a second to be able to just let that shit slip because it will get you. And this is the reason why I've been so adamant for the last couple of years, like 10, health is wealth. Eat and have your diet right. I advise people to kick pause the meat because it's the #1 cause of diabetes, of heart disease, of cancer. And these are the things I'm losing.
And that's I don't kind of agree with that. It's the source of meat where you get your meat from. Is you got to get your meat from a clean source. I don't totally agree that meat is you know hurtful to diabetes. It's the source. Is where the source of your meat is coming from. And we always stress on this channel that if your meat has to come from a clean source, whether you know get your meat from a butcher, halal, you know, or kosher, or you know the Amish people, like you got to get your meat from a clean source. That meat that they selling at the supermarkets and all that, you already know that stuff is, you know, hormones, animals not treated right. They filled with hormones, and you know it's clones and all of that. So I think it's the source of meat. It's where you get your meat from, the source of where your meat coming from. So let's continue.
The people that I really enjoy being around, that I grew up with, over food. And I hate, like, there's certain people I'm like, y'all, you never listen to me until it's too late. And now I can't even tell them, like, yo, I told you, this shit is real.
That's crazy.
Literally, the last 3-4 funerals I've been to have been people that are under 50. And the last time I saw these people, I told them, like, yo, like I would say, if I'm telling somebody, yo, I think you should go vegan, you do it. Please, just for a little while.
But if you go vegan, you still, like, if you're gonna go vegan, you still have to watch what you eat, because a lot of these things that's produced by these corporations, that stuff be chemical based. You know what I'm saying? That stuff be made in the lab. Vegan cheese, vegan mayonnaise. There's a lot of this stuff be, you know, made, you know, created with chemicals. So if you're gonna go vegan, I would suggest the Dr. Sebi route. You know what I mean? Do your research on Dr. Sebi's um uh veganism. That's probably like the most safest and cleaner way of, you know, being a vegan. Not all this, oh, I'm gonna eat a vegan cheesesteak, a vegan cheeseburger, and all, because a lot of that Beyond Meats and all that stuff be chemical based. So you still got to be even careful with that. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
Cleanse your body and see how it feels, but you don't want to go out like that. These strokes are really catching people. And I can't say, none of us can say they're exempt. No one anticipates a stroke, but if you get a second chance, you definitely got to clean shit up. So yeah, I know that in life these things happen, but it keeps happening. And a lot of the reason and the things that are taking the people that I respect, it doesn't even matter what your pay grade is. He had it. The money doesn't mean anything. Please, the wealth is in your health.
I agree.
And all I can do now is celebrate his life and make sure no matter what, I'll be there to support his family no matter what, if as much as I possibly can. So big shout out to Irv and everything you've done. I know that you and I know he was about to do some cool shit, or at least try, especially, you know, getting all that bread. I know he wasn't going to just not do nothing. He's just one of those, one of them ones.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, Irv Gotti, man. I mean, shoot, and the thing about it, you know, the diet in the black community is poor, man. I mean, it is. I mean, that's one thing we can look around and see that, you know, the diet in our community is poor. I mean, just the way, just how we grew up, you know, having less resources than other cultures have. Um, and not being educated enough to know what to put into our bodies and what not to put into our bodies. So a lot of family members we didn't see suffer, a lot of people, friends and all that we didn't see suffer over the years or passed away from, you know, certain illnesses that's been passed down to us generation to generation. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I view it. I mean, y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think. I wanted to get into a little bit of this because I think this is when Irv first announced his diabetes on Drink Champs and kind of talked about it on there. So let me go and get into a little bit of this.
Right. So you said something before we started rolling, and if you don't want to talk about it, we can edit. But you're saying your family was telling you not to come here because of a health condition. Like, because health is important for all of us.
Right. My boys and Angie, my daughter is the illest protector of me. Right. She'll fuck somebody. Yeah. So they just, noise for your daughter. They just didn't want me drinking and smoking.
All right.
You know, my diabetes, my number's been high, so they just wanted me to. He's like, Dad, you can't do Drink Champs. I said, yo, I ain't gonna drink or smoke.
Explain to somebody, my bad for cutting you off, but explain to somebody who don't have money. Like, you were talking about the money that you had, the money that you made, and you're still dealing with diabetes. Does having money help you with diabetes? Or that's no way? It
helps a little because you could get a chef, you could nutritionist, you could get
proper medical attention if you don't have money.
So yeah, money helps.
Okay.
Money helps with everything, dog.
Right.
We'd rather have money than not have money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because and I realized that at the bank, with Bank of America, Morgan Stanley. So they had this meeting to tell me all of the things that they could do to help me.
With the honey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I was just like, this is so fucked up.
Now they care all of a sudden too.
They was getting me. They said we have the best doctors. If you get sick, we'll get you the proper medical. I'm like, so if you ain't got no bread,
yeah, that's how they treat
it's fuck you. You're left for dead.
Basically,
overdraft fees for you. No, but that's fucked up.
Overdraft fee protection. That's all they got for you.
That's so fucked up. You got bread, and all of these. You got more help.
You unlock shit. It's wild.
Yeah, you ain't got no bread. It's like, get the fuck out my office, dog. You're dying. Hurry up and die. Yo, it's crazy. You better get some money. So what does that tell us? Get some bread, nigga.
All right. So what is diabetes for a person that don't know?
I don't fucking know.
It's your sugar levels in your body.
Right. So that's the thing for people be like
rampant with
people. Pancreas is pretty much, cannot regulate the sugar up in, your sugar levels. So a lot of people get put on medication, because their pancreas is shot,
Black people.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous though.
All right.
And what it does is it starts deteriorating your body.
All right.
So.
And you good? Like you got it under control?
No.
Oh wow. Okay, because when you been diagnosed, or this is a recent thing?
I've been diagnosed with diabetes forever.
Because this is like the smallest I've ever seen you. Like
it's hereditary.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been diagnosed with diabetes.
You have to do insulin?
Time to time, not all the time, but time to time.
Okay.
When my number gets too high, shot.
All right.
Wow.
I heard that it's reversible.
Yes, it's reversible, but
it's really a diet thing.
You got to change the way you eat.
Like be vegan?
You got all that. But you know what's fucked up with diabetes? So anything that's you're going to like or taste good, horrible for you.
Fried chicken.
Killer.
Like carbohydrates are all sugar.
Cupcakes.
Not killer.
Liquor sugar.
Now what's some
tuna fish sandwiches?
What's some nasty shit?
Rice cakes?
Yeah, rice cakes.
Rice cakes?
No, rice cakes is not a good
like
broccoli.
Too much carbs in rice cakes or any of that. Like
spinach.
I had some garlic broccoli last night. It was good.
The garlic.
Garlic's not good?
According to Dr. Sebi, broccoli is kind of like high on the carbs, side of things when it comes to vegetables. So, like I said, man, y'all, best thing to do is the Dr. Sebi's diet when it comes to veganism.
Probably not.
Wow.
So what the fuck do you eat? Cardboard?
You're supposed to eat some leaves or some shit like that.
You playing, right?
No flavor because everything got sugar.
I told you, if you fucking eat something and it tastes good, it's better.
Even too much fruit is sugar, depending on the level of diabetes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So watermelon, you can't have no watermelon?
I can have fruit,
A
but
little bit.
He has to watch how
Moderation.
much of the sugar.
Yeah, I said watermelon, not fruit.
No,
Watermelon is a whole different thing for black people.
that's why my kids get mad, because I'm telling them like, yo, I'm gonna live.
Right.
Like, y'all motherfuckers want me to die
Right.
and not enjoy life. I'm gonna enjoy life and do certain shit.
Right.
And that's the thing. And so this brother just said, like, damn, he just said, after diabetes, just start eating what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that hearing him saying that his kids wanted him to die because he was eating certain things, but then he started eating certain things anyway that he shouldn't have been eating. Sheesh. Wow. Just hearing that is crazy, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button.
No, Dad, but you can't do that. I'm like, all right, stop me.
All right.
Because it's like I gotta live.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna have the fucking water.
Watermelon. Goddamn, it's watermelon.
But what you're supposed to do, exercise.
All right. All right. You gonna go see Russell in Bali?
No.
In Bali?
In Bali. Why not?
Still out in Bali?
Yeah, he out there running rapid.
Hey. Yeah, man. People just gotta be, pay more attention to their health, man, more than anything. I mean, I know it's hard, but you gotta be disciplined. You know what I mean? Gotta try to be disciplined as much as possible, man. That's why we specialize in selling natural herbs and things for health, because we understand how important it is. We know these corporations not gonna give us, they're gonna sell us nothing but poison. They're gonna sell us nothing but chemicals. So somebody gotta be, the opposition of that. And that's where we come in at. Nightanddaynetwork.com. We serve nothing but, natural herbs, things with natural herbs, sea moss, natural CBD, detoxes. This like a 5-star detox right here. The Zeolite, Zea natural detox. We got super greens. You know what I mean? We have detox drinks. We got different herbal sea mosses and different herbs. Make sure y'all come over here and check us out. Nightanddaynetwork.com, man. Natural hair care and skincare products as well, like soaps and body oils. Stuff for hair growth, natural, organic, pure rose water. Yeah, make sure y'all come over here and check out the website. That's nightanddaynetwork.com. And on that note, man, it's your boy J.R. Curry signing out from Night and Day Network, Night and Day Talk Media. And I'm
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayeherbals.com.